Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Bill and Ridge's rivalry reignites over neglected Brooke and Will's job. The bold and the beautiful B&B. Spoilers reveal that Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, could have another rivalry storyline on the horizon. Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K., may push Bill too far and set the stage for another round of their longtime feud. Bill already feels like Ridge is neglecting Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and spending way too much time with Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig. If Brooke gets hurt, you can bet Bill will comfort her, and may vow to make Ridge pay. Of course, Bill will have another reason to get riled up in the meantime. During the week of October 14 to 18, Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, will pay Bill a visit at Spencer Publications and break some bad news. That's when Will's going to give his dad updates on his new internship at Forrester Creations, so Bill will naturally throw a temper tantrum. You can bet Bill will wonder what Will is thinking and ask why he's just now hearing about this. After Bill's furious outburst, Willsey will try to change his perspective. Since Will knew Bill would flip out, he may admit that's why he delayed telling him as long as possible. Bill may argue that it's not too late to back out and come to Spencer Publications where Will belongs. Perhaps Bill will urge Will to skip all the internship nonsense and come get a real job working for his father. Bill may tempt Will with a lucrative position he's not really qualified for, and suggest his son can learn as he goes. Despite Bill's attempts to throw money and power at him, Will may refuse to budge. There are good reasons why Will wants to work at Forrester Creations, and they involve more than just all the gorgeous women hanging around. This is also Will's chance to break out of the Spencer mold that Bill's prepared for him since birth. Furthermore, Will may worry that it'll be detrimental to his relationship with Bill if he works at Spencer Publications. B&B spoilers hint that Will might be against Bill blurring the lines of dad and boss. Even so, Bill won't be happy about the idea of Will working in Forrester country, and may end up taking his anger out on Ridge down the road. Bill could make it his mission to snatch Brooke up for himself and ruin Forrester Creations depending on how all this plays out. Whatever the case, our predictions point to Bill and Ridge's rivalry reigniting in the coming weeks, so don't miss all the low blows. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Bill always has a few tricks up his sleeve, so stay tuned to see what he'll have in store for Ridge. Bill Spencer and Ridge Forrester, two men who have battled for power, influence, and most notably for Brooke Logan's heart, are about to find themselves back in the heat of conflict. In the coming weeks, tensions will mount as old wounds are reopened and new challenges arise, this time not only over Brooke, but also over Bill's son, Will. This brewing storm is poised to test the limits of their bitter rivalry, with both men teetering on the edge of personal and professional catastrophe. The calm before the storm. For a while, it seemed that Bill and Ridge had managed to keep their feud at bay. Ridge had his life settled with Brooke, while Bill appeared content focusing on his various business ventures. But as anyone who knows these two can tell, peace between them is only ever temporary. Brooke, as always, remains at the center of this dynamic. Her relationship with Ridge has been under strain recently, leaving her feeling increasingly neglected. Ridge, consumed by his work at Forrester Creations and tangled up in family drama, has been absent more often than not. As a result, Brooke has found herself lonely, unsure of where she stands with the man who promised her forever. Meanwhile, Bill's life, too, has hit a crossroads. His son Will, now a young adult, is ready to take on new responsibilities, and Bill has high hopes for him to join Spencer Publications. But Bill's approach to grooming Will for the business has been overly aggressive, leading to mounting tension between father and son. Will isn't sure if working under Bill's shadow is what he wants for his future, and Katie, Will's mother, is worried about the pressure Bill is putting on their son. The neglected Brooke and the friction between Bill and Will are the two fuse points that reignite the long-standing Bill-Ridge rivalry, pulling everyone in their orbit back into a whirlwind of drama. Ridge's disappearing act. Brooke has been trying to hold things together with Ridge, but his focus has been elsewhere. Whether it's dealing with family feuds or managing Forrester creations, Ridge seems to have little time for Brooke. Their romantic connection is slipping through the cracks, and Brooke's patience is wearing thin. Brooke, feeling like she's always taking a backseat to Ridge's work, starts to reminisce about her past with Bill. Though she's determined to remain loyal to Ridge, the emotional distance between them stirs up old feelings. Brooke can't help but wonder if she made the wrong choice in pushing Bill away. The more Ridge neglects Brooke, the more vulnerable she becomes. This sets the stage for Bill's re-entry into her life, sparking more than just old memories. It reignites Ridge's jealousy and deepens his insecurities. Though Ridge had won Brooke over Bill before, their current relationship troubles leave him on shaky ground. Bill's intentions, business or pleasure? At the same time, Bill is finding it hard to ignore Brooke's recent struggles. Despite his complicated history with her, he's still deeply connected to Brooke, and the distance she's experiencing from Ridge doesn't escape his notice. Bill, always one to act on impulse, reaches out to Brooke under the pretense of concern. His offer to be a shoulder to lean on, though seemingly innocent, carries with it the unspoken reminder of the chemistry they once shared. Ridge, of course, is not blind to this. Though he's wrapped up in work, he senses the tension and immediately suspects Bill is trying to worm his way back into Brooke's heart. Ridge's insecurities flare up, and he becomes increasingly territorial, determined to protect what's his. But instead of addressing the real issue, his emotional absence in Brooke's life, Ridge deflects, focusing his rage entirely on Bill. The rekindled rivalry over Brooke pushes both men to their limits. Ridge, desperate to maintain control, doubles down on his efforts to keep Brooke close, while Bill, under the guise of friendship, keeps inching his way back into her life. Brooke, caught in the middle, finds herself torn between her loyalty to Ridge and the comfort Bill offers her in this emotionally turbulent time. Will's future, a new battleground. Just as things between Bill and Ridge start to escalate over Brooke, another point of contention rises: Will Spencer. Bill's ambitious plans for his son are noble in intention, but his heavy-handed approach is driving a wedge between them. Will, now an adult with dreams of his own, isn't sure if following in his father's footsteps at Spencer Publications is what he truly wants. He feels suffocated under Bill's constant push to groom him for leadership. This is where Ridge sees an opportunity to strike back at Bill. Ridge and Katie's relationship as Will's stepfather and mother has been amicable for the most part, but Ridge begins to take a more active role in guiding Will. Ridge offers Will advice that differs from Bill's, urging him to pursue his own path, whether that's at Forrester Creations or elsewhere. For Ridge, this isn't just about helping Will. It's about undermining Bill's influence and proving to Brooke that Bill's domineering tendencies are toxic. The more Ridge involves himself in Will's life, the more Bill sees red. Bill accuses Ridge of trying to sabotage his relationship with his son, and the tension spills into heated confrontations. Brooke, already torn between these two powerful men, finds herself caught in the crossfire yet again. She wants what's best for Will, but she's wary of Ridge's growing interference. Brooke at a crossroads. As Bill and Ridge's rivalry reignites, Brooke is left feeling conflicted and exhausted. On one hand, Ridge is the man she chose, the one she's built her life with, but his neglect and inability to focus on their relationship are pushing her to her breaking point. On the other hand, Bill represents something familiar and undeniably tempting, someone who has always been there for her in times of emotional turmoil. The strain of Ridge and Bill's tug-of-war over both her heart and Will's future leaves Brooke questioning everything. Is she destined to be forever caught between these two alpha males, Or is it time she takes control of her life and steps out from under their shadow? The coming weeks will see Brooke at the center of this renewed battle between Bill and Ridge. Both men are fighting for dominance over her and over their respective influence on Will's future. But in the end, Brooke may decide that neither of them truly understands what she needs, setting up a shocking turn of events that could alter the balance of power forever. As the rivalry intensifies, Brooke's decision will send shockwaves through Los Angeles. Ridge and Bill are playing a dangerous game, and neither is prepared for what Brooke might do next.